Okay, so we finished all the implementation now. We got the simulator mysteriously back up and running. And it's time to build. And we're going to build it for a 5S since that'll be a little bit easier on my system, which is also recording right now. Okay, so this building is going to take a while. We're going to fast forward through this. It built so fast, though. Alright, so now that this building is done, we're going to go on the dashboard and we're going to see if the changes we make here in the dashboard and the changes we make in the app, if they mirror each other as they're supposed to now. Okay, still building. Oh, joy. Well, that's okay, because we can fast forward this a little bit more. Build succeeded. Launching. Test app. Yay. Alright. So this white screen is loading. And what should happen is we should actually get some errors. And the system normally would be subscribing to the remote notifications and then downloading whatever was currently in the database. Currently there's nothing in the database. But because we're inserting the mock element records for the first time you use the new element, it gets saved, but we're going to get these little errors here down at the bottom of the console, you should see. So we can add, and it's going a little slower than it would like to because we need to update the indexes in the database. But let's go check here. Okay, well, it doesn't look like anything's changed, and that's because we need to refresh the screen. And we'll get that error. Let's refresh since now we have some new record types to deal with. And when it loads so quickly, we should see the new mock elements in the record fields. Right. And it always takes you back to private, so make sure you move to public database. So we're in the records, we've got mock elements now. And we still can't query because we need to add the record name. So it already has some of this metadata by default, but we're going to add record names, and all we have to do is click add index and save because it automatically gives you record name first, because I can't imagine why you wouldn't want record names to always be queryable. But boom, now we can find it. And so if I make an addition, query, boom, these mock elements are getting stored in the system. Now when I delete, it should update and mirror, but oh no, what's going on? That's right, folks. It's not mirroring. There's some kind of a problem here. Okay, well, let's see. Let's stop this and let's look at this error code thing down here. And there's no real way to draw attention to it in the screenshot video, but basically you see we're getting all these errors because the mock elements record ID hadn't been indexed properly. And anytime you get an error, it'll be reported here on the console. You also get a notification, as I said. You hear that in the documentation. But now that we've got our index, we should be able to load it. The subscription should trigger. Everything should work fine. And we should automatically download the mock elements that are currently in the database. So once this white screen, loading screen finishes, boom, automatically loaded that one element. So now when I create new, if I create new, save, or modify, it should make an update. Except it didn't seem to work still. Alright, I didn't get errors this time. Why isn't it working? If I save or if I delete, it should update. Well, the reason why it's still not updating is because we're working with the simulator. So simulator's never going to work right with the remote notification system. So if you want to test that part of it, you're going to have to use a real iPhone.